Mercury transit in Taurus in retrograde, bite your tongue. Roman mythology to Indian astrology texts, Mercury has remained the ruler of communication. Mercury rules over technology, commerce, travels, vehicles, smartness, data, etc. Mercury is going to go retrograde on the 21st of April 2023, according to Western astrology. Mercury going retrograde is scared not only by those who rely on communications for a living but by people in general, because communications are the core of human existence. A planet is in retrograde means that it is moving in a backward motion. But in reality, planets never move away from their paths or orbits. A planet retrograding is an optical illusion perceived from the Earth's vantage point. Mercury takes only 88 days to finish its orbiting around the Sun, which is why it is more prone to multiple retrogrades within a year. When the Earth sign of Taurus is affected, the material world will be jolted, and hence it should be read that finances will be affected in a global scheme of things. Aries. You may blurt out things which may cost you badly. Your communication is going to go awry at all the crucial timings. Your computer or laptop may stop working. You have to have a steady data backup plan. You may lose your phone as well during this transit of Mercury in retrograde in Taurus. You are going to make some enemies because of your way of speaking. You should be cautious. You should ensure that your communications reach the right destination. You may send an email which may not get sent. You may send an important message which may be overlooked. You should confirm the receipt of your communications in some other way. You may plan a short trip which may get cancelled. You may misread the timings of your public commute, or you may miss an important deadline. Your opponents will encash on your miscommunication. Taurus. You may speak about things which you never meant to utter. You will regret talking in a bad manner to someone in the family. You may be seen as a black goat by your family members if you do not exercise caution while talking. You may have a conversation with your lover, which may cost you the relationship. You may share a deep understanding with your lover, but you will be surprised at certain things which may come up during your talks, which you both will look back and regret. It may create some misunderstanding for the time being, though. You may have faulty communications with your children as well. If you are a student, you may make some mistakes in calculations on paper or write the wrong serial number on the answer sheet. There is a possibility of you misreading the syllabus or question while preparing or writing the exams, respectively. You should always double-check your spelling as well. Gemini. You may lose your cool, especially with your family members. You may speak things you did not intend touching upon during this retrograde Mercury in Taurus. You may start the renovation or extension work of your house, but you may have miscalculated the expenses to be borne. There will be problems in the family due to misunderstood speech. You may feel fatigued and overworked. You may lose sleep over what you said. You will be nervous and will feel a lack of confidence. You will suffer some losses due to forgetfulness, like you may forget to avail a particular offer, or you overlook some details and fail to get a discount that you deserved. You may have headaches or other nervous issues you should not overlook. You should double-check your creative works for flaws thoroughly. Students may suffer from anxiety and insomnia. Cancer. During this retrograde Mercury in Taurus, you may suffer financial losses due to faulty communications. It could be a faulty network or computer. It could be an important official call, missing which may cost you a leg and an arm. You have to ensure that your communications are made efficiently within the deadline indicated. Again, you could read the deadlines wrong. So stay cautious. You may make some errors which may affect the inflow of money as well. You should ensure that you do not lose any valuable information due to any device breaking down. You should be careful about checking the timings of transportation and get to the designated departure area well before time, as there would be hindrances. You could miss a foreign trip due to some unforeseen delays or hitches at the last moment. Leo. You should ensure the integrity of workplace communications. You should speak things after much forethought at work. You may make some mistakes at work that may cost your employer a huge sum. You may lose good ties with a colleague because of your faulty speech. You should be careful in investing in business during this transit of retrograde Mercury in Taurus. You will make some mistakes in calculations if you are handling the accounts at your workplace. You should be cautious to double-check your communications before sending. It is also a possibility that you could address it to the wrong person or organization. Virgo. During this transit of Mercury in Taurus in retrograde, you may feel underconfident in your thinking. You have to cross-check the time and date of the job interview if you are on a job hunt. There may be delays due to different reasons, which may create problems in your entry into higher studies. You may miss a flight or have obstacles in your foreign travels as a part of your job. You should not rely on gut instinct while investing in business right now during this retrograde Mercury. You may not be able to fulfill your duties towards your father, which you may regret later on. You may work hard, but you will have impediments to getting the returns for all your good work. You should be careful about your conduct lest it affect your reputation. Libra. You should be careful about your father's health. You may miscommunicate with your father. There could be grave mistakes or omissions in the documents which may cost you an inheritance. You may miss a foreign journey due to last-minute issues. You may lose money on unnecessary travels. You may opt to join some courses which you may regret later on. Your decisions regarding the line and place of study will be done rashly. Stay warned. You may lose money because of not having updated the health insurance documents. Scorpio. The communication of your spouse will create domestic problems. Your spouse may be the cause for some financial losses, hence stay wary. Be alert during your communications with your business partners as there is a possibility of financial losses due to faulty communications. Always document your decisions and reconfirm them. You should not be getting into a new partnership now as the time is not ideal for that. You should be careful about your communications with your friends and mind you, do not overshare information with your friends. You may get committed to someone in a hurry. You should exercise due caution, especially while proposing someone during a Mercury retrograde. Sagittarius. During the retrograde of Mercury in Taurus, you may have to tackle faulty communication network or devices at work. You may have to be careful while choosing your partners in business. You could have enemies in your workplace due to your manner of communicating. You may end up marrying or committing to marry someone for the wrong reasons. You have to make decisions not in a haste, especially regarding marriages as it has to last a lifetime. You may lose your job due to faulty or wrong communications. You may make enemies with your partners in business due to misunderstandings. You should be careful while communicating with your spouse. You should both be transparent about your finances and keep a check on each other's expenses. You should not take a loan during this time as you will have to struggle to repay it. Capricorn. You will be planning a journey abroad which you may not be able to go on. You may not be able to get into your choice of institution for higher studies due to some technical hitches. You may feel estranged from your lover due to misunderstandings. You may have troubles with communicating with your children. You should be careful about the health of your children and father. You may be inclined to learn more about spirituality in an extreme way. You should not rely on your intuition in many situations. Do get a second opinion from experts, especially in matters related to health during this retrograde Mercury transit. Aquarius. During this retrograde Mercury transit in Taurus, you may make a hasty decision regarding your girlfriend or boyfriend, as the case may be. You may be worried about your mother and an uncomfortable conversation you had. You may make a document regarding the inheritance of a property in haste. You could also sell off a property well below the expected price due to wrong judgment. You may have losses related to your vehicle. You may invest in the wrong property during this phase. You may start a live-in relationship which you may regret later on. You may say things to your lover which you did not mean to, due to retrograde Mercury. You may draw a document of inheritance to your children like a will or gift deed which you will alter or regret making one. Pisces. You may buy a house or apartment in a hurry. You may have been misinformed about many hidden aspects. You should be very careful in this regard. Your talk with your spouse may cost the peace of your home. You may say the wrong things to your spouse, like what you should not divulge in the first place. You should be careful about your real estate documents. You may have to make corrections in some contracts related to the sales of your property. You should ensure that the clauses in your partnership agreement do not have any ambiguity. You should ensure that the communication between you and your partners is documented for future reference. You will have property issues with your siblings. If you are going to sign a pre-nuptial agreement, make sure that you have all the facts cleared, and steer clear of any unambiguous clauses. Mercury retrograde is not a scary movie too if we are cautious about the areas it may cast its shadow upon. So buckle up to bite your tongue, as and when necessary.